Parma Pony Life. G'day all. This is Rod, Paul behind the camera.
Hello.
I'm at the desk here of the old Trentham Police Station. We've made our way up Collar Highway. Another easy drive. This place here has a very, very special meaning. My dad lived here. He was the policeman here in 1955-57. I have his admission record to prove that too. I reached out to Visit Victoria. They've given me all the information. And I'm going to walk around. I've got Betty from the organisation here who's going to show us around. I had a little quiet moment, of course, when I got all these records and found out this is where my dad was and my pa. Very emotional. I'd love to share my story with you. Well, we've had a bit of a look around, but I wanted to find out a lot more about my dad and his parents, my pa, the policeman here. So we've got Beth here from the Trentham and District Historical Society, who knows everything about this place, special interest. So Beth's going to show us, especially into the main house, which we believe might have been where my dad lived and his family as well. So we'll go and have a look with Beth. Is that right, Beth? Sorry, introduce Beth. Here's Beth.
Hello.
Well, we've made our way into the residence area of the old police complex. Going to listen to Beth here. I'm going to find out a lot of background information, hopefully about where my family lived.
Right, this is Camp Street, which is one street from the main street in Trentham. This part of the building was the residence in the early days. And the family lived in here and a small room next door, which we'll see shortly. Later on, it was reversed. This became the office. We have excellent records of the police who were...
If you can follow me, Paul.
Excellent record here of the appointments to the police station in 1953 to 1958 with Senior Constable Abraham, number 9510.
That's my pa.
6012. And through this smaller room here was the rest of the residence, which is now, which later became the residence for the junior policeman. And this is memorabilia which has been given to us by previous police and so on. The facilities here is what a junior policeman lived with up until about the 1960s.
Beth, help me out with this one. Portable cell. I couldn't even walk in there.
Portable cell, and yet we know on record that 17 men spent a night in there back in the 1880s when they played up, broke into a hotel, stole a keg of beer, got drunk, were brought here overnight before taking them to the Magistrates Court, which was just down on the corner. It's pretty secure, not much would get in or out. Yeah. It's small, it's dark, but it's very cleverly designed to allow ventilation through the holes down the bottom, ventilation through the screens up top. A portable building. It followed the crowd as the gold rush moved on from roof to roof, and the crowds followed, the jails followed.
Well, Beth, I'm going to put the saddle back in. What about the saddle and tack room? Please help us out.
This was used. The horses were the only means of transport until the late 40s or early 50s. The tack room is where the gear was kept, bridle, saddle. The horses would have been using this stable. Notice the little square cobblestones. They are the original flooring for this building. And it's been here as long as the other buildings, about the 1880s.
Fantastic. That's very much. Good name. rod and slab double cell. I believe a rod's down there, double slab somewhere. I'm just making it up, Beth. Help us out, will you?
Yeah, sure. Well, the rods were used as ballast of the ships coming out from England. Then they were used for building a very simple system where you bored holes in the slabs of timber and then dropped the rods through it, and that provided the walls and floor and sometimes the ceiling if you were lucky. They were portable. They could be deconstructed and moved on to the next camp. This originally came from Kyneton. We believe 95% certain that Ned Kelly spent time in one of these cells. He was imprisoned in Kyneton during the time that this was used, and we were lucky to be offered it from Kyneton. It has weathered rather badly, hence we've had to put a more modern building over it, but it's a rare and a very fine example, despite its dilapidated state, of prisons and cells during the 19th and early 20th century.
Well, as we finish here, big thank you to Beth in the Trentham district for welcoming us, having things ready like my pa's police admission note. Amazing. Everything about him. And if you look around over here, Paul, if you can see, got some of the panels of information over here that describe the area. A lot of information. A place here of great interest and importance, not just to Trentham, Victoria, but also to myself. I'm glad I could share this with you all.